All right. Buying used, things get a bit more complicated, okay? Because you could be buying from a dealership, but now that somebody's bought it brand new, at some point somebody bought it brand new, it can also turn into a private sale, okay? So we are kind of having to watch out for that. So a few definitions here. MPI stands for? That's right. In Manitoba, car insurance is provided by Crown Corporation. You can buy insurance online or through an Autopack agent. Do you know what an Autopack agent is? Any insurance place, most insurance are called insurance brokers. So malls have them. Garden City has it next to, what's right next to it? I think Mark's Work Warehouse, in that vicinity, Home Depot. There's a lot of insurance places. You look it up on Google Maps and you'll find it. You can go to any Autopack agent to get your insurance, to buy you pay your license, anything like that. You don't have to just go to one, okay? In Manitoba, we don't have a choice. You have to go with MPI, okay? It's the only way you can insure. I think Saskatchewan, Alberta, you can already go with different providers. You don't have to go with a Crown Corporation, okay? Safety inspection. Anybody heard of a safety inspection before? Every car in Manitoba needs to pass a safety inspection before you can buy it, okay? So a safety inspection is really known as a COI, or you get a certificate of inspection. It is valid for 12 months. So by the time the mechanic signs off on it, you have 12 months to use that safety. Okay. The document has 3 copies. Akil, Barack, pay attention. 3 copies, white, pink, and yellow. Okay. The person buying the car gets the white copy. Okay, gets the white copy. Believe me, if you don't have the white copy and you go to insure the vehicle, they're not going to get you the insurance. You're going to have to go back and get the white copy from the seller. A TOD stands for transfer of ownership. Transfer of ownership document. Okay, the document is required, right? It's a required document that you need when you want to insure your vehicle. I'm just going to say that make sure that the information that's on that paper actually matches the vehicle that you're buying. Okay, I'm going to talk more about that later. Bill of sale. Bill of sale is a legal document that has the names of all parties involved. And watch this. This is the information that should go on there. The make, model, the VIN number, mileage of the vehicle at the time of transaction. Everyone should have a signed copy of this document, okay? Anybody know what a VIN number is? What is a VIN number? Number on the car? Yeah, it's a serial number, yeah. So I'm going to ask you to, that's why this booklet is so thick, because there's a bunch of copies that I would like you to see. Go to 94, page 94. This is what a TOD looks like. It's a little blue paper that every car should have in the glove compartment anyways. If you get pulled over and the cops ask you for it, it should be in your car, okay? And it's the quality is very bad. I know that. You can't really read it, but you can see the serial number right here, okay? This is what we call the VIN number, okay? This right here is the VIN number. You need this document or else AutoPack will not give you the car, will not insure the car you just bought. It needs to be signed off right here by the previous owner. They have to release it to you, okay? You will not get the insurance if you don't have that. Flip to 96.
Excuse the interruption. Can the following students please come to the office? Hope McKay, Ashton Hondos.
Okay, so most vehicles, if you look at the front by the windshield, this is on page 96 in case you're wondering. If you look carefully, there's a number that is this long, okay? A very long number involving like numbers and letters, and it's very unique to every single car, okay? Did you know that every single part on your vehicle has that serial number stamped on it? So if you open the car of the vehicle, there should be somewhere on there should be a serial number. If it doesn't match the serial number of this here, that means that somebody put an aftermarket door, or like there was maybe a collision and they maybe swapped doors with an older car and they repaired it that way, right? So if one of them doesn't match, you know that something went wrong, okay? And for example, I did some body work on my car, and I wanted paint for my car that matches my car. They look at your serial number, and boom, they match your color just like that, okay? So the serial number gives a lot of information: when it was built, where it was built, which factory it was built in, what colors they've used. All of that is given by that serial number, okay? So keep that in mind. One more thing. Go to 92. This is a safety inspection document, page 92. This is exactly what it looks like, okay? Look at all the things that the mechanic has to check off on, right? All of these things are being checked by the mechanic, okay? And if you don't pass, guess what? This is where you want to look for. Inspection result. The mechanic might say fail, okay? The first time around. It'll say fail. And all the things that failed will be checked, will be identified on this form. If you go back and fix those things and bring this back, the mechanic will cross off the pass box. So you might be wondering, like, what? Fail and then pass? Yes, it's okay. As soon as the pass is checked off, AutoPack will take it. It just means that the first time around it failed inspection, right? So you want to look for the pass, and then you can go ahead and insure your vehicle, okay? One more thing. You can actually use this booklet to help you out if you want to buy a car. This is a bill of sale sample on page 93. This is exactly what I get if you Google AutoPack or MPI bill of sale. This is the one that comes up. So you can actually just copy this page if you want and use this to buy or sell the car. If I sell my car, I will have this ready and I will fill in the date, my name or whoever owns the car. If, like, for example, if mom and dad both own the car, both of their names need to be on here. And if two people are buying the car, then both of the other people's names should be on there. Okay, so that's how this works. How much money you're asking for the car. And watch this, it will have the year, make, model, VIN, right? Very important. And the mileage, like how many kilometers are on at the time, okay? And everybody signs at the bottom here, and you go away happy, okay? What are the 3 things you need to legally own the car and insure it? You need the safety, you need the bill of sale, 2 things already, and one more. You need the transfer of ownership document. Those are the 3 things you need to go with to the AutoPack agent to actually be able to insure your car and drive it legally. Okay? If you don't have insurance in Manitoba and a cop pulls you over, you will not be able to drive it anymore. They will tow it, and you might get fined and all of those things, so you don't want to even try that, okay? Sorry about all that blah, 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 but you need to know that, okay? So back to 14. I could talk for a long time about cars, but I know some of you are not going to appreciate that, so I will kind of give you information in bits and pieces. So, you ready? These three things, okay? I will put it on the side. Needed, can you see that, or is my needed to insure vehicle? I don't know, I'm just going to put that on the side there. Okay, purchase price obviously is the actual value you paid for the vehicle. It may be more or less than the book value. What is the book value? That I'm going to give that one a different color. This is very important for used vehicles. It's the value of the car based on the make and the age, and it does not always reflect the actual market value. Okay? You can call AutoPack, see this note here, and ask for the book value of the vehicle you're considering on buying or selling. Yeah. Go ahead. So when I have a Jeep Wrangler, because I like to go off-roading, okay? And so before I bought my car, before I bought the Jeep, I called AutoPack, like, hey, what's the book value on this car? And they told me, I don't know, $15,000. But the car that I was about to buy was actually $18,000. Okay, I actually paid $18,000. That was the market value. So the book value is just to give you an idea. It's not necessarily what it actually should be selling for. And the reason why, I'm going to tell you that in a bit when we do the formulas. Trade-in. Obviously, you know what a trade-in is. It's what you put in. If you have an used vehicle, you can put it towards it. So I'm not going to highlight anything there. Parts and labor. Any repairs and or work done, okay, is taxed RST and GST. So it's 12%. Crisanto, it's up here, okay? It is a good idea to calculate the parts and labor prior to determining the total cost of purchasing the car. Next, a different color for this one, also very important for you to know. A lien search. Okay? A lien is a claim or a legal right against the asset that is used as a collateral. Okay? A lien serves as a guarantee underlying an obligation, such as a repayment of a loan. And I'm going to use a different color for the next part. What does it say right next to it? No taxes on this. So you got to make sure you understand that lien, a search, is never taxed. I'm going to explain to you what a lien is in very simple terms, okay? Just hold on for a little bit. What does it say at the bottom of this thing? A lot of people have been scammed by not doing this because you want to save a few bucks, okay? But I would strongly recommend that you perform a history check on the vehicle you're planning on purchasing. Carfax, that's the one I would recommend. It's not much, like 50, 60 bucks maybe, is a good website. It will search for any reported accidents, damages the vehicle was involved in. What do you need for that? You need the VIN number. You need that VIN number. So if a car is ever displayed at a parking lot, or I usually go and snap a picture of the VIN number. If I want to search it up, right, if I'm serious, then I'm be like, wait a minute, is this stolen? It could have been stolen in the States, and somebody drove it over and is trying to sell it here, right? So you don't know that. So you want to make sure you take care of that. Carfax, let's go and look it up real quick before I do any other math here. It's also at the back. Page 97. 97, looks like this. This may have changed a little bit. But when you put in the information and you pay for it, I believe there's a portion that is free. But if you want more information, you got to pay. Okay? So let's say you want the Ford Explorer, you put in the VIN number, It tells you that it's been assembled in the US. Watch this. You can click on all of these. This one, for example, showed up that there's an accident or damage found. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, if there's an accident showing up here, is that a reason not to buy the car? Perhaps, it might or might not be. It just means that it was involved in an accident. So if it was fixed properly, so this is how I go. If it's front end damage, I would not buy the car because it involves the engine and whatnot, right? If it's been rear ended, I might consider it. I might just tell the seller, hey, it's been in an accident. Can you like bring down the price? Then I'm willing to buy it, right? So that's one thing you can do. Last registered was in Ontario. That's normal. There's 6 service records found. So if you ever bring your car in at a dealership for service, it will show up, like oil changes, anything like that. And this is the one you really want to watch for. Watch this. Highlight this if you have a highlighter. A lien record is found. If that shows up, I would be very careful how I proceed. Okay, I will explain to you what a lien is. Has anybody ever heard of a lien in this room? My guess is no. You have, Tyson? When you bought your car, or no? Do you know what a lien is? Like, would you be able to explain it? No, but you've heard of it. Okay, I appreciate that. Let's go to 96. I'll quickly explain to you what a lien is. And my secret talent is art. Not. But let's say this is a car, okay? Just draw a car. You draw whatever car you want, okay? I'm drawing a pickup truck. This is the bank, somewhere up here. If you borrow money to buy this car has a VIN number, right? A very specific VIN number. The bank technically has a bit of a chain on this car. That's what the lien is. Technically, as long as you still owe money on that car, who owns the car, really? As long as you still owe money on it, the bank owns it. So they kind of have like an invisible chain on that car. Sure, you're driving it around, but as long as you owe it to them. So if you're wanting to buy this car, you look it up and you're like, there's a lien on it. That means that technically some bank has ownership on it because it hasn't been paid off yet. So before you go ahead and buy it, please make sure that that person is going to pay off that loan. Because have you seen these repo shows where the banks send people to get the car back? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but the bank can legally take it back and sell it and make sure that the debt is paid off. So lien, think of lien as a chain, okay, attached to the bank. So when I looked this car up, I just did a random car, okay, and this is there. You have to make sure that, like, this was when I bought my truck, okay. When I bought my truck, I looked it up on Carfax. You're with me, right? A lien search came up. Boom, a lien. And then I contacted the person, and they're like, oh, don't worry about it, I'll pay it off. And I said, no, I want a piece of paper from the bank showing me that it's paid off, okay? And he was a bit annoyed by it, but he went, paid it off. He owed like $3,000 on it, so it wasn't much. I got that letter, and I was able to show that to my bank, because your bank, if you borrow money, they're gonna wanna know, okay? Is there a lien on it? So they might even search it themselves. But I just wanted you to know what a lien is, because I think when you graduate, you should know what that is. All right, back to 15 now. 15, we're going to talk taxes. Taxes get complicated with used cars, okay? These taxes are found at the back of the formula sheet I just gave you. If you're ever unsure how things are taxed, go to the back of your green sheet, and you'll see this chart right here. That is the one that I'm just showing you right now, okay? This one. So, buying a new vehicle, you pay RST, which is 7%, and GST. So when it's a brand new vehicle, it's 12%. If it's a used from a dealership, you pay RST, PST, it's 12%. If it's a used one, but it's private, you see that? You do not pay GST. It says no GST, so you can kind of cross that out. So you only pay RST, which is 7%. Safety, you don't pay RST, but you do pay GST, that is 5%. Materials and labor, RST and GST, so you pay 12% on materials and labor. What about a lien search? No and no. So you pay 0% taxes. So taxing a lien is usually a -1 automatically, because you're supposed to know that you should never tax a lien search, okay? All right. Now we're going to talk about the very long formulas here. I gave you formulas because most students love formulas. They're like, please give me a formula, right? So I made this formula. So on your study sheet, you're going to have used vehicle, and under used vehicle, we did new vehicle, right? Now we're in the used category. There's going to be used from the dealer or used private, okay? Please don't just go UD on your study sheet, go used dealer, please, okay? I might sometimes just use UD, but you still go sticker minus trade times 1.12 plus safety times 1.5, right? Because safety gets taxed 5% plus parts and labor times 1.12, because parts and labor gets taxed 12%. And watch this, there's just lien, right? We don't multiply it by anything because it's 0% tax, okay? So pay close attention to this. Will a question always involve all of these things? No. Sometimes there will not be a safety mentioned, nor will there be a parts and labor mentioned, nor will there be a lien search. So technically this formula is just going to be that, okay? Oh, and furthermore, there might not even be a trade-in. So just take your sticker and multiply it by 1.12. That's the end of the question, okay? Sometimes a question will have a sticker, a trade, and a safety mentioned, but nothing else. Then just ignore this part back here, okay? So you need to make sure you understand that. That's used dealer. Used private. Used private. This is important. You take the purchase price of the car plus you only pay 7%. Pay attention to this one. On the greater of the two, it's either purchase price or it is the book value. It's the greater of the two. That's what I want you to highlight. And I want you to copy it this way on your study sheet, okay? Plus safety times 1.05, because we tax 5% on safety. Parts and labor is still 12%, and lien, still no taxes, okay? I'm going to give you a little bit of time. You need a break from me talking. I can feel it, just like my kids at home. Dad, can you just, like, stop talking? I hear that on a daily, okay? Can you write this on your study sheet right now? So I'm saving you, I'm letting you do homework right now. Add a section that says used vehicle and add these two formulas, but compress them. Don't use up as much space as I'm using here, okay? So I'm gonna give you a few minutes to do that before we do the examples. Okay, question. Why is auto, like who gets on your formulas here, who gets this money, like the 7%? Who would you pay this to? Because it's a private sale. Don't give it to the guy or the girl, or don't give it to that person that you're buying from. You pay this, right? You pay it auto pack. Pay to, okay? And auto pack, the agent will be like, well, how much did you buy it for? And where will that purchase price, where will that show up? On the bill of sale. Yeah. And so they will say, oh, you bought it for 10,000, but the book value says 12,000. What is AutoPack going to tax you on? The 12,000, the higher amount. Okay, so it's always going to, when it's a used private sale, the question has to give you the book value. Okay, what about if you buy it for 10, but the book value is 8? What will you pay taxes on? 10. It's always the higher of the two. Got it? So sometimes the book value will not even show up in your calculations. Okay? You pay it to the AutoPack agent. Do not give it to the person. Please don't. You'll never see that money again. Okay? It's gone. All right. Oh, hold on. So could I have a friend and I'm going to sell him my car. And I just put down, I sold the car for $1. What? What would AutoPack do? They will be like, $1, nice try. Our book value says 10 grand for that car. So you're going to pay on 10 grand, okay? So people, this is to prevent people from like cheating on the taxes, basically. That's what the book value is there for. So let's do an example. I will skip example 1 because of time. It's a little simpler. We're going to go straight to example 2. I might do 1 tomorrow, okay? Page 16. So Joel finds a Jeep Wrangler for $24,900 by a private seller, and it's as is. Okay? The book value, so $24,900 is worth highlighting. The book value is $32,000. You pay $65 for safety, and a $30 lien search is performed. Okay? Calculate the total cost of purchasing the vehicle plus tax. So this is used private. Okay? Because you're buying it privately. Or if it says Kijiji, technically it should still tell you whether it's used or private, because a lot of dealerships go on Marketplace and Kijiji these days. So let's just quickly write what this is asking us for. Purchase price plus purchase / book times 0.07 plus safety times 1.05 plus parts and labor times 1.12 plus lien. I know, sorry about that. We made it work though. And now you just plug in. What is the purchase price? It's $24,900. Plus, which one is the greater of the two? Just for this example, I'm going to go $24,900 / $32,000 times 0.07. Which one stays in that bracket? This one stays, right? The government always wants the most taxes they can possibly get, so they're gonna, this one is greater. So you're going to pay 7% on 32,000. Plus, is there a safety inspection? Yes, there is. It's worth $65. And you're going to tax it 5%. Are there any parts and labor? No parts and labor? Skip it. You don't have to fill that in. Is there a lien search? Yes, there is. It's $30. Okay. So you go 30. Now clean it up. 24,900 plus. You grab your calculator and you find 32,000 times 0.07. That's how much taxes you would have to pay. How do you like to pay? Credit card, debit, right? They would ask you that. So this is 2240 plus 65 times 1.05. That's 6825 plus 30. And now you're almost there. At the end, you need your dollar sign. Final answer needs units, okay? So I'm just gonna go backwards here. 6825 plus 30 plus 2240 plus 24,900. There it is. 27,238 and 25 cents. Hold it. Hold it. Does this already include all the taxes? What were we doing here? Sorry, I'm going to actually go here. This is 7% tax. So this is the PST that you have to pay. This is already taxed, right? 5% on 65. So this includes the 5% on safety. Lien never gets taxed. So when you add this up, when you come up with your final answer, it includes all the taxes that apply. Okay? It's already taxed at this point. So I will say after tax. Okay? Do not multiply by 1.12, because at the end, like when it's exam time, you're like, oh shoot, it says taxes times 1.12. Now you're double taxing yourself, okay? You're double taxing. That would be a pretty cruel world to live in, having to pay taxes twice, okay? So you don't want that. All right, your homework, I'm just gonna say homework just one page, page 17. And try B. I want you to try B. How much did you pay taxes only? So I'm going to go 17 plus part B here below this question. That's all I'm going to ask you to do. Okay. I would like you to work on that now, though. Try B as in class because you still have 9 minutes, okay?